Hello everybody, Artificial Dragon here, and welcome back to the finale of Five Nights at Freddy's Free. Now, as I said before in my previous videos, I will be making a video of getting all the mini-games and getting the good ending. So, I've been studying a whole lot of this, even before playing Night 5 and ultimately Nightmare Mode. So all I have to do is restart the whole game, play all the nights, access all the mini games, and start them there. So there's nothing really to it to night 1, because there's no mini games. I have to get on night 2 in order to start the first mini game. So I'm gonna have to do a lot of skipping because I don't want you guys to see how boring my entire replay through of Five Nights at Freddy's Free would be. So anyway, I'll be skipping a whole lot, and I'll show you some of the mini games. So I'm just gonna get into it. I'll be right back. Alright, we got night 1 out of the way, so let's get into the mini game and show you guys how to get the mini games. Of course, I've done all research, but in the mini games, when you beat each night, they give you clues. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So we're not gonna follow Shadow Freddy, but we're gonna go down this hallway. And as you can see, in the left and the right rooms, on the right, there's BDBI click. Now you're supposed to go to... Now these are clues of how you get access to the minigame, so pay close attention to those and you'll see why in a moment. Now I'm a little bit curious of how this Shadow Freddy is interpreted with the purple guy. Is he like supposed to be another animatronic or something? And yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna go immediately to the Balloon Boy minigame for you guys, so let me just skip this call. Alright, so what you do here is go to Cam 8. Now you see the little Balloon Boy picture right there. Double click it, and you're in the Balloon Boy Air Adventure minigame. So all you have to do is collect all the balloons. Oh, that Balloon Boy is so adorable in 8-bit. And very nice music in the background. So you see that exit door? You don't go there, and you have one more balloon to find. So instead of going to the exit door, you go out here, and you continually fall, and fall, and fall, and fall. And you see we have a glitchy background right here, and we have landed on the ground. So you travel all the way to the right, where you'll find multiple crying balloon boys and a tree of some sort, I'm not sure. And here's the last balloon. So let's go get that, and that will end the minigame. Alright, but that's not the only minigame you have to do. So we immediately go back to night 2. But we're not done yet. Oh no, we're not done yet. What we have to do now is go to the Mango minigame. So, go to Cam 7. Now you see the little arcade machine. So you click top left, bottom left, then top right, then bottom right. And you're in the Mango minigame, and you have to retrieve parts of yourself and also make sure this little asshole doesn't come and get you, because if he touches you, you automatically die. I hope I don't die on the first try. But I'm just gonna let him go over here, and then I'm gonna retrieve my head. No. Okay, there we go. No! God damn it! I didn't think he would actually touch me. Alright, let me try this again. Sorry. Alright, let's do this without getting dismantled. Alright, where are you gonna come from? Okay. Let me retrieve my other leg. I'll admit it, the Mango right next to Foxy is one of my most favorite animatronic characters. Because Mango just looks like a pure badass. I retrieved my head. Now you see there's the exit sign right there. Or door, sorry. You don't go there, just like Balloon Boy. You go out here. And you fall, Yeah, it's much more disturbing. There's another crying thing. I suppose that's Mango's second head because it kind of looks similar, but anyway. You go to the left here, and if you played the Mango minigame first, then these balloons wouldn't be here, which is why you need to play the Balloon Boy minigame first. I'm probably gonna fail on the first try, but anyway. So, which is why you need to play the Balloon Boy minigame first, so you could get these balloons, which is essential to get this cake. And that's the end of the Mango minigame. Now, you are not done for night 2. You need to go back to the Balloon Boy minigame, and you'll see why in a moment. And you'll also see why you need to get that cake. Alright, so we go back to Cam 8, double click the Balloon Boy drawing again. And of course, we're gathering all the balloons, as always. But the same as before, don't go out the exit door. You fly out of here. And as you can see, there are some floating balloons, which as you can tell, weren't here the first time I played this minigame. So you make sure not to fall off. And you'll see why the cake was so essential in the first place. As you can see right here, we got the crying child. So what we do is go over here and basically give him the cake. Yay, he's all happy now. Alright, now the rest is pretty basic. You just need to beat this second night. So let me just skip here and I will be right back with night 3. Alright, there we go. No problem in night 2. Now, again, I'm going to show you how to figure out these mini games without a little bit of doing research, but anyway. So I'm going to play as Bonnie now. So as I did with the previous minigame, you go down the corridor. You do not follow Shadow Freddy, Purple Freddy, whatever you want to call him. So you go down here. Now on the left side, you can see 4 cupcakes. These are essential to for finding them in night 3. If I didn't show in my previous video, I think it was part 2, I was collecting cupcakes, but I didn't know that I had to accomplish a couple things beforehand, so that's the only thing you gotta do on night 3 is collect all the cupcakes. Now I'm gonna show you where to find these cupcakes because they are super hard to spot. So there's, of course I'm gonna get killed by Shadow Freddy. No, not Shadow Freddy, purple guy, sorry. Alright, so what you need to do is go to Cam 4, the cupcakes right there, and Cam 3, they're sort of hard to spot. Alright, so Cam 4, Cam 6, right there, and let's see, Cam 2. There you go. So now you're at Chica's party. I think we're playing as Toy Chica right now, in her cute fashion, not her creepy fashion. So what you gotta do here is collect a cupcake. Now originally what you're supposed to do is gather cupcakes and give them to these crying children, but they're not the ones you're supposed to give the cupcakes to. Not the whining brats, the actual crying child that is over here. And we got him a cake! Yay! Now, that's the only mini game for night 3, and now I gotta get past it. Hopefully it won't be too difficult. So I will be right back again. That was a little bit tricky there. But luckily I made it on the first try, so anyway. Let's find the way to the secret of getting the mini games on night 4. So as you can see, if you remember from my previous video, I went down the same corridor. I still have it written down, by the way. So I'm going to use that as a reference, 395248. Now at first, that is just a bunch of random numbers. It wouldn't really make that much sense. But let me skip on to night 4 and show you what I mean. Alright, so instead of going into the cameras, you see this blank wall right here? Now these buttons I'm clicking, think of it as a number pad. So 3, 9, 5, 2, I know, and 4. And you play as Golden Freddy, as you can see, with Springtrap and Golden Freddy. Now, what you gotta do, you know, I know you're trapped in a box, but what you're supposed to do is... This is probably the most difficult minigame. I don't understand how people manage to figure this out, but what you gotta do is go out here, and as you can see, there's many other screens that will work to your advantage. So what you gotta do is keep on going to the right. Now, it's probably gonna take me a while to figure it out myself, but there's the exit door right there. You do not go there. Yeah, this is kind of a little bit wonky, but let me see if I can figure it out for you guys. No, fuck! Yeah, like I said, this is gonna take a while. 4, 8. Alright, there we go. Yeah, this minigame is a real son of a bitch. But I'm gonna do this for you guys. I'm gonna do this. I think I'm supposed to jump where that missing child is. Ah! Yeah, this is gonna take a really long time. Alright, there we go. Okay, there we go. Ah! Okay, so I think it has something to do with this. Alright, there we go. No, I think all I have to do is, Ah! No! Alright, I thought I was supposed to climb. But I guess not. Alright, let me get on to the middle screen. Alright, so it's telling me... There we go. No, wait, this is where I was previously. I think? I can't tell. Alright. So I'm supposed to go on top of the, top middle, I think? And then jump over here, and there's a crying child. And as per usual with all these minigames, give a cake to the child. Yay! Happy fun times! Alright, now the real challenge is getting past night 4. Alright, I will be right back. Well, fudge nutters. This is a little bit awkward, isn't it, Springtrap? God dingus, I forgot just how hard night 4 is. Sorry guys, this is gonna take a little while. I thought I was gonna make it there, but apparently I forgot. I just lost my 5 Nights at Freddy's free instincts. But I'm gonna get past night 4 even if I have to go through all the nightmares again. So stay tuned, guys. Oh, yes! I got jumped on by the puppet. If you didn't, I got jumped on by the puppet at the last moment, but I did it! So anyway, on to the second to final minigame. So we go back down in the hall again, and instead of random numbers or buttons, you see Shadow Bonnie. Now, at first it may not seem irrelevant, but let's get on to night 5 and I'll show you why Shadow Bonnie is very important to the second to last minigame. So let's follow Shadow Freddy again. Now, I'll point out, like the rest of Five Nights at Freddy's community, Foxy the Pirate is my most favorite animatronic ever. I mean, seriously, he's a fox and a pirate. How awesome is that? But, Foxy, no, why did you have to die? Why? So anyway, on night 5, there's 2 more mini-games, and they are essential to getting the good ending. I'll show you why in a moment. Alright, so on the desk here, you can barely see him, but there's a shadow body figurine. Now you gotta... And we have a mini-game right here. Now... I don't know what Shadow Bonnie's origins are, but what you gotta do here is get out of the, press the S button to go through the different previous minigames. Balloon Boy, Mangle, Balloon Boy again, and there's the crying child right there, but we can't get him out from there, so go to Balloon Boy's minigame, and there is an exit right here. And keep on switching, and then you'll give the cake to the child. Now all the children have been collected, which brings us to the final minigame, which we will get to in a little bit. Now, what you gotta do is go to Cam 3 and click on the puppet drawing right there. Double click it. And you'll give a final minigame, Happiest Day. Now, one thing I want to point out is that you can access this minigame through any night. I only accessed through this once just to make sure I had the third child, which was when I played Golden Freddy, because I died multiple times on the 4th night. But yeah, they're all here, and there's the 5th crying child, and we give him the cake. Yeah, now, the balloons above us symbolize the souls of the children being released, finally at peace. Now that that's over with, I gotta go through night 5, which is gonna be a pain in the ass to beat, but I'm gonna do it, and I will present you the good ending once I get past night 5, so stay tuned. Alright everybody, I'm doing surprisingly well on the first try. Hello. Let's see if I could hold him off long enough. Alright, there we go. Come on, give me 6 a.m., 6 a.m. This is a true accomplishment if I did it on the first try. Holy fuck. Alright, quick audio cue there. Please don't go into a vent. I'll be very pissed off because I am so close to... Yeah! First time, everybody. That has never happened to me before. So anyway, I'm going to give you the good ending and the little ending with Springtrap, with a purple guy getting spring-trapped, but anyway. My running gig, spring-trapped, but anyway. So as always, we go up here. Now nothing has really changed, just gotta force the purple guy into a spring-trap suit. Or Spring Bonnie, that's what the purple guy, no, phone guy called him, but anyway. Ha, 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 ha. BAM! So yeah, nothing has really changed. For this part anyway. I hope I get the good ending because, let's see. Yeah, so there's the good ending. Now that's some really nice piano music right there. It's called Please Don't Go. I may have said but anyway, it's just so sad, but now all the children's souls have been released. They can finally rest in peace. I'll provide the link to the song in the link of the video. I mean, in the description if you want. It's just such a beautiful piece. A great ending to the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. One of the best horror games ever made, in my opinion. There's just so many questions left unanswered. So let's see what we unlocked from the extra section. So as you can see, we unlocked all the mini games. And okay, that kind of disturbed me for a moment, but anyway. So we have unlocked the mini games and the cheats. Now the fast nights, it's just as it says, it goes faster with each night, and radar, it shows you which room Springtrap is in, and aggressive means, well, if watching Markiplier's aggressive nightmare mode makes any message, then it makes any night virtually impossible, and no errors is just as it says. You don't get any errors on, which is really useful. But anyway, so this is the finale of Five Nights at Freddy's. Now, I don't know if Scott is going to put the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise to rest, or if he's going to continue making more, maybe a prequel to the Fredbear's Family Diner, and how... And I don't know. There's just so many questions left unanswered for me, and for the rest of the Five Nights at Freddy's community. This series has made a huge impact on me, because it's not just your normal everyday horror game. There's a couple of jump scares you have to survive 5 nights. No, it's much deeper than that. And I guess that's why I got into horror games in the first place. I want to cover a little bit about my history with the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise. I didn't make the games. I didn't make any of the games. I mean, my personal experiences with Five Nights at Freddy's. When the first game came out back, I can't remember the exact date, but it was the beginning of my senior year. I'm still in my senior year, by the way. I was watching videos of the Five Nights at Freddy's gameplay with Markiplier, and it scared the living bejesus out of me. And at first I didn't want anything to do with it. Anything associated with Five Nights at Freddy's, I just discarded it. But, you know, I built up the courage and I decided to watch more of Markiplier's gameplay videos of the Five Nights at Freddy's games. And I really started to get into it because it intrigued me of much deeper meaning than a simple horror game where you're trying to defend yourself from killer animatronics. And I've seen all the theories, I've seen all the rumors, heard all the rumors, sorry. And I'm pretty sure there will be more theories to come, but there are still so much questions left unanswered. And I guess that's what makes Five Nights at Freddy's such a wonderful game. A wonderful franchise. And this is the final game in the series, and I am kind of sad that we won't be able to get any more Five Nights at Freddy's games. But only time will tell if Scott will continue the franchise or let it go to rest. But I am the Artificial Dragon, and this is my first gameplay videos on a horror game, and I hope to do more along the way. Be sure to give me some suggestions on the new upcoming horror games. I would really appreciate it. I don't want to be a huge YouTube celebrity. I get my inspirations from Yummy Mash, Jack Spectaguy, sorry if I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, and Markiplier in particular. They're just really wonderful people. I just wish to play some games, and I hope you love my little walkthrough of this wonderful horror game. So, anywho, thank you everybody so much for watching. Be sure to give a like and a comment and, I don't know, subscribe to my channel would be very much appreciated. I don't care how many subscribers I get. I just want to have fun playing horror games and many others. So anyway, thank you so much for going through this adventure with me. And as always, well, before I do my introduction, I'm sorry if I sound a little bit like Markiplier. I'm beginning to go into YouTube and I'm still learning a couple of things. So anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching. And as always, I will see you next time. Ciao. Bye-bye!